G'day everyone, I just want to apologise for the length of this particular video. I didn't expect to make it. I went to this cafe called Baysy 3.8 out in Bayswater, and after I finished my brekkie and coffee, I just kind of stumbled across this bike path and decided to follow it and see where it went. So this was completely spontaneous, wasn't planned at all, and I just kind of meandered and went on for way too long. That's why it's quite lengthy, but it does cover the path in detail in both directions. So if you can put up with that, you're welcome to watch it, but yeah, that's what happened. Now, I had absolutely no idea that there was a kind of a bike path out here, so I'm just going to go around the block and have a look at it, that's all. Alright, this is interesting. This all looks very, very new. So we're on Francis Street. What I'm going to do, I'm going to follow this all the way to the end, just for the hell of it, and then I'll come back and have a look at it in the other direction. It's very narrow, and what the hell is that bus stop doing in the middle of the path? Yeah, that's really not a good idea, I think. Not quite sure what they're going to do with that. And we've got a whole pile of dogs in the middle of the path. I think we'll just bypass them. Yeah, I'm not getting good vibes about the quality of the path, the surface. It's just seems to be slightly rippled. Now, you get on these paths sometimes and they're absolutely smooth as silk. This one, I'm not 100% sure it is. We shall see. Nice big wide crossings though. I don't know why they made it so narrow. Maybe they just replaced an existing path which was this width. You know, they might have resurfaced it without thinking about widening it. I mean, here they've got this great big concrete thing on the side as we go past this park. Don't know what it's there for. Okay, so it looks like we've got a footpath on one side, bike only on the other. And up here, they cross over each other. Maybe not the most sensible design, particularly when you're going to have people probably rattling down that hill reasonably fast. You can see here they've got the temporary line markings down. Haven't got around to doing the permanent ones yet. I think they were going up there to vote. Possibly. Is that a voting booth up there? Alright. Well, you can see this is still a work in progress. Oh, thanks. She's waving me over. Very much a work in progress along here. And I'm guessing, well, is it going to continue further on? Or is that it? So the sign there said end school zone. So I presume that's there to serve the school. Ah, okay. We have what looks like a path on the other side of the road here, which is still under construction. And that finishes down here. And they've made it, oh yeah, there's a hole here, that's why they've got the cones out. Right, that's a really
nasty little crossing there. If I want to go get in the middle of the road, I'm going to have to stand side on. So that's Brown Avenue, B-R-O-U-N. Yeah, it'd certainly be nice if I wanted to cross here to make the island a bit wider. You can see up ahead here, kind of opposite this bus shelter, the island is significantly wider. If they had a cut through here, you could actually cross and stay there, waiting for the traffic to clear on the other side. But I'm not seeing any sign of works here that are going to improve things, and obviously you've got this bus shelter here which kind of makes a mess of things. Alright, so let's just go up this unfinished part here. Now, interesting thing about it is every one of these paths that I've seen built elsewhere uses a base layer of crushed, I think it's crushed sandstone, because it's quite, yellow, and then they put down a layer of diesel over the top of it, and then they put the asphalt on top. Whereas this, it's grit of some sort. They don't seem to have followed the usual construction method. Don't know why. Maybe it's a council thing. Maybe it's the hydrology of the area. Who knows? Okay. Now this roundabout we need to cross. So they've done nothing here about putting in a platform, at least so far, across this roundabout to slow down the traffic. That's what they've done in Netherlands, for instance. What they would have done is just turn this whole roundabout into red asphalt, and they would have raised it slightly. Maybe just, a little platform that you come up onto, and it's just designed to slow people down going in and out of the roundabout. Now, this is obviously a school. I'm going to see what the connection is like if I turn left here and go up the hill, because if you're going to service a school, the sensible thing to do is allow the kids to actually ride to where they can park their bikes. Which way are we going? So I'd hope that somewhere around here I'd find some bike racks. Well, the school might have bike racks, but I can't see any. And the most disturbing thing is I can't see a barbecue. Yeah, I've just had breakfast, but there's nothing like having a democracy sausage on election day from the local PNC doing a bit of fundraising. I'd stop and get one if they had one. It's a great way for schools to raise a couple $1,000, but I guess they're not that into it here. So yeah, this is a dirty great big roundabout, and it looks like they might have redone the pram ramp on the other side, but you can see on this side it's really nice and wide, but they've got a hump here in the middle for some reason rather than a straight through. If I go around here, again they've put a hump in the middle. I mean, why are they trying to slow down the prams and the wheelchairs and the bikes crossing the road, and they're not trying to slow down the drivers entering the roundabout? Now, I certainly don't want to ride into that. Because the bloody concrete lip over there is about that big. Alright, let's get back on the path. So it's a reasonable width along here, but they haven't got any car stops along here to stop the drivers pulling forward. Well, that's not too bad, but you can see this four-wheel drive there. He's got his wheel up on the curb. Yeah, that's all right. They're not hanging over it too much, I guess, because of the angle parking. But if they're parking straight in, we'd probably have a quarter of the path taken up by rhubars and tow balls and stuff like that. So along here it seems to be bike only here, pedestrians over there. And yeah, again they've redone the islands and stuff like that to provide some nice wide spaces to get across. And they've put an island in there, I guess, to slow down the traffic. Or I guess they want people to really be doing 40 kilometres an hour as they go past the school. It's good. Services cricket oval here. Good idea. Now here, this crossover, not the smartest idea in the world. And yeah, look, here's a classic example of not putting in traffic stops and allowing drivers to just take up a chunk of the path with their tow balls and stuff. Now I know it's the footpath, but you know, they really should be just putting in traffic stops wherever you've got straight in parking, so the cars aren't taking up a whole pile of car park and a pile of footpath or bike path at the same time. So I'm guessing here this is supposed to be footpath. Nice line marking there for the pole. Just hope they keep that up as it fades and they remember to refresh it in, I don't know, 5 or 10 years time when the paint's faded, so people aren't running into things. Okay, there's a playground there, that's good. The service is the playground. Nice smooth pram ramps, that thing's huge. That's absolutely ginormous, that's really good. Quite a few driveway crossovers along here, but sight lines all look pretty good. That looks like a new island there in the middle. Slow drivers down as they're coming down here. It doesn't seem to be a safe, active street, but they're still trying to slow down the traffic. I mean, that's no good. That lid's not on properly. Don't know what's happened there. Don't know what they're trying to do there, but it's not finished, obviously. Yeah, what's this bus seat doing there? I'm assuming they're going to move it back onto that sandy patch at some point. Right now it's a bit of a hazard. Good thing you can see it from a mile off. Alright. Yep, just going to let me through. Thank you. Very nice of them. Had a few drivers let me through so far today, or waved me through. Right, a little bit of a hill. The hill going the other direction is quite a bit steeper. Now here we cross the road, and only, okay. Blind crest, that one. Don't know why we're... Okay, so they've put a pretty gentle speed hump in here on the crest. Or is it? No, there's a reasonable amount of speed hump there, I guess. But is that going to be enough to slow down drivers going over this hill? Because we're going to be crossing right there. It's okay for me, I can cross reasonably quickly. Whew, you've got to think of people with kids on the back or in trailers and things like that. They might not be able to accelerate and get across the road that quickly. So not a big fan of that crossing. Right, they've got a interesting little pad there. You can see the car just went up and over it a little bit, but for some reason, let's just have a look at it, doesn't extend into the intersection here for whatever reason. Okay, let's just watch this car coming down. Slow down a little bit. I would have thought it would kind of come back to here, but for whatever reason they've just done this pad in the middle of the road. Right, let's observe this car, this driver coming up. Slow down a bit. Yeah, okay, I guess that's working. Rolling down the hill. Sight lines from the driveways are pretty good because there's this big gap between the edge of the path and the driveway, and not a huge amount of obstructions apart from these low-hanging trees. Let's test this. Yeah, wouldn't hit that unless I was 7 feet tall. and we roll down into the shopping area. So we've got the Bayswater Hotel on our right, we've got some derelict shops on our left. I guess it's great if you want to come down here and get a couple of bottles of wine or something. And then it ends. And then what? Okay, well, there's cafes up there on our left. Nice wide footpath that looks pretty good quality to me. And if we turn right, we get ourselves to Bayswater train station. So let's just do that. We'll just zip along the footpath here. And I'm going to cross over at the traffic lights. I'll just, let's see if I can, are there any push buttons? Okay, so I've got to press the button to go across here, and then if I want to be on the other side, I then have to go across there again. But I know from this side, I can just go up the ramp here at the station and I'll be back on the principal shared path. Yeah, also there's all the cafes and shops down here at the Bayswater station. Now I know they put in a whole bunch of commercial stuff underneath the station here. Looks like it's all still for lease. Nothing's leased out yet. Nice big wide area here, and we go around the corner. Am I in the right spot? Ah, okay. A little bit further up on the other side of the next set of lights, we then have the station bike parking. And look, there's like temporary bike parking there. Oh, sorry. If I was using the train, I wouldn't be using that. But over here, behind those ticket machines, there's a big lock-up bike parking area. So if I was commuting from where we just came from, yeah, that'll be a dead easy commute. Come down here, lock the bike, get on the train. Or, you know, that's the perfect kind of distance, I guess, for an e-scooter. That'd be a good use case for that path if you want to catch the train rather than going all the way into town. Because we are, what, I don't know how far we are from town. There's a lady over there completely off her face, crossing the road, and then we have bike parking. All right. So that's an interesting little bit of new infrastructure. I guess I'll have to come back in a couple of weeks and have a look at it end to end when they've finished all the elements of it. All right, that'll do.